Hello everybody, I'm Sabrina Winters and this is video number 2 in our series of understanding what estate planning is and kind of putting all the little pieces together before you actually meet with an attorney and get the plan started. Our first video talked about who it is that truly needs an estate plan, and that showed us that everybody needs one. So now that you know you need some form of an estate plan, let's pay attention and figure out what the documents are and how they should be created for your needs. Today we're going to talk about healthcare powers of attorney and living wills. These two always go together and they do two very different things. A healthcare power of attorney makes certain that you have named somebody to make a medical decision for you during a time that you couldn't make it for yourself. Oftentimes, if you're married, it's your spouse that's doing that, and if you're single, sometimes it's a sibling. Maybe it's a parent, maybe it is a close friend. But you do want to make sure that you have this document because it's going to name the person to step in. And it's not always the automatic person you think would happen if you didn't have this in writing. So make sure that it is in writing who's doing this for you. It should reflect your personal medical wishes. It doesn't have to be the same as your spouse, and it's going to be different from the client that was in before and the client that comes in after you. Make sure that you consider any medical conditions that you want to address, or prescriptions you may be on, or religious-based beliefs that need to play a part in your medical decision making. This is important that it's reflected in your documents so that your agents understand what you would do if you could do it yourself. Once you've decided on the agent, please make certain that you are asking them if they are okay with doing this for you. Sometimes we think that what's the big deal? They love me, they know me, they would do that for me, but it's not always the case. And it's better for you to find out today that it's hard for them to do that, as opposed to when we call on them and they won't be able to do that for you. I've done my parents' plans. I'm the last of the three of us that, out of the 3 kids, that will make a medical decision for either one of them. I will handle everything else. But I'm a pretty emotional person and I would not be the best person to make those decisions. And that was a gift back to my parents so that they know whatever they've put in writing is going to be carried away by somebody who is able to do that for them. And I don't want you to stop at just one person. I would like you to consider a successor and maybe a third as well. There is often a likelihood that you're traveling together. So if it's a family member, maybe you're all in the same car accident, or you travel with your best friend a lot and that's who you've named and something happened to both of you. You want to be prepared and have that secondary person. So I don't like you to stop just at number 1. Now let's switch gears to what is a living will. It goes hand in hand with a healthcare power of attorney, but your living will is a statement to the world that says, I do not want my life extended if these certain things happen, and I do want to pass away on my own terms. You have to make certain that your agent understands that, because it's the same person in your healthcare power of attorney that is going to be making this decision. They have to be comfortable with that. And they have to know what you would have done if you could have done it yourself. Don't leave them unprepared. You have to have a conversation with them. On top of that, you also need to have a conversation with your immediate family, anybody that will be possibly involved in saying goodbye to you or making those decisions along with your agent. Out of the 3 of us kids, I know we're all going to talk. I know we're going to have a family conversation and that we will all likely be on the same page. But that's not the case for every family, and it is okay. You just need to address the differences that you need to make certain everybody is on the same page with everything. Once you have these 2 documents created, do not hide them. Do not put them somewhere that you won't remember where they are or that your agent doesn't know where to get them. It's important that they know where these documents are and not just that they exist and that they're named in them. In one of our last videos, we will talk about all of the necessary steps you need to take after you sign all of your estate planning documents, and we're going to address this again plus more, but I do want to revisit it here that don't hide them. They really need to know where they are and how to get access to them and present them to the physicians when necessary. Healthcare powers, living wills, in my book, two of the most important documents in your estate plan that you can have and that you should have, and that should be really created for exactly what you need. Thank you for listening today. Our next video will cover financial powers of attorney and what's the difference between a financial power of attorney and a healthcare power of attorney and what should be in there. Thank you so much. I wish everybody health and happiness, and we will speak on our next video. Thanks.